The Pyramids, brought to you by Ancient and Medieval Adventures at the Museum of Antiquities. Welcome everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this presentation on the use of pyramids as tombs. Some of you may have already heard of the pyramids because they are Egypt's most recognizable ancient monuments. Today we are going to tell you a bit about the history of the pyramids and how they help us understand how ancient Egyptians viewed life and death. Ancient Egyptian civilization can be traced back to 6000 BCE, making it one of the oldest cultures in the world. The society is well known all over the world because of their pyramids, which were primarily built during a period called the Old Kingdom, dated between 2700 and 2150 BCE. These monuments, while being amazing feats of human engineering in history, are also valuable for providing vital information relating to how the Egyptians looked at life and death. The Egyptians held a special belief in the afterlife, namely that the soul continued to live on after death. The pyramids were created for a specific reason. They served as tombs and homes for royalty in the afterlife. Each pyramid was built specifically for the burial of a pharaoh and his family only, and for no one else. The pyramids were created to honor the royal dead as well as serve as a monument to their memory and worship for all time. The pyramids and their burials show us that the ancient Egyptians had strict beliefs about what happens after death during their afterlife. What is the afterlife? Long before the pyramids were built, the ancient Egyptians believed that their souls would go to the afterlife and live again there. The Egyptians believed that when they died, they would make a journey to another world where they would lead a new life. Preserving the body became an important task because this would preserve the ka, which refers to the soul or life force of a person. It was important to have a body to roam the afterlife in. If the body didn't survive, then the ka, or the body in the afterlife, wouldn't either, and then the soul would never reach the afterlife. Mummification was a practice used to preserve the body forever. The Egyptians thought that the pharaoh was essentially a god living on earth, so their mummies could not be buried with the common folk. The Egyptians had to come up with unique and magnificent structures to house the body of the pharaoh, and the pyramids were the answer. The purpose of the pyramids were to serve as the tombs of the pharaohs and royal family, including for the queens and wives of the pharaohs. Fun fact, did you know there are over 100 pyramids that currently exist in Egypt and modern-day Sudan? While the pyramids of Giza, which you see here, are the most famous of all the pyramids, there were many others, some of which were built years before the pyramids at Giza. The construction of the pyramids took great care and effort. All of these pyramids were built of limestone. The blocks were carved by humans into the large rectangles needed to build the pyramids. Limestone was used because this stone shone brightly when hit by the sun, making the pyramids visible from many miles away. The pyramids were also constructed to face certain directions. In fact, they were aligned perfectly so that each corner would face north, south, east, and west. The pyramids were built with a burial room for the pharaoh, which was located in the most sacred part of the pyramid. There is a powerful connection between the pyramids and death for the Egyptians. The pyramids themselves were built to house the bodies of the royalty, which would keep their memory alive on Earth itself, even if the souls were no longer on Earth. The pyramids are not only an historical landmark because of their impressive size and beauty, but they are key to our modern understanding of Egyptian beliefs of life and death. Thank you so much for joining us and listening to this presentation. We hope that you will check out our other presentations throughout Ancient and Medieval Adventures Online.